Alright, we're doing the Greenshade Zone quest tonight. Let's just go and get it started, shall we?
Mind your own affairs.
Okay, that's cool. There we go. I was told to speak to you.
Hail, chosen of the Queen. We have been expecting you. Queen Irene sent
I also
a
got
missive
champion
detailing
levels
your
off screen,
arrival in
finally.
Heritance. You are here to secure the staff of Magnus.
Been doing a lot of grinding.
Safe in our vault below the city. We have guarded it day and night. When you are ready, I shall show you into the vault.
Alright, it's gonna be gone. It is definitely going to be gone when we get there.
Me. Behold the Mages Guild. The paint is still fresh. A marvelous addition to the city.
Buying, selling. I've got what you need.
Work remains, of course, but one does what one must on the fringes of the Dominion. The vault is below. Follow me.
Alright.
Holds many rare plants that no longer exist in the Somerset Isles. Do take a closer look. I am no scholar of botany, but we found these in a Valenwood cave of all places. Alchemists pay a dear price for this plant. It will be the jewel of the royal gardens. Crimson Nernroot. We thought it was a gnawed tall tale. We've been trying to transplant this unusual variety of redwort plant into Somerset for some time. Valenwood soil is, not surprisingly, very fertile. These specimens are bound for the royal gardens.
Let's go. Relic room. See a little
This room
museum
holds
down here.
alien relics uncovered across Valenwood. Interesting, aren't they? We've removed any dormant traps that we know of, so feel free to examine them more closely. I will answer
This
any
thing
questions
looks
you
familiar.
have about them. This helm is actually from our own collection, but one of our Bosmer allies stole it and then returned it in exchange for a song. The tree gifts. We're not actually sure what it does.
Okay.
Scholars believe this relic was broken into pieces when it fell from the heavens. They believe there may be others in Hectorheim, the legendary center of the Valenwood. Our ancestors have left traces of their civilization across Tamriel. If we follow Queen Irene, our empire will one day rival theirs.
Alright, now let's see the stuff of Magnus gone. Let's go check it out.
Behold,
Oh wait, it's
the
there.
staff of Magnus.
Damn. Alright. It's mine now.
What
Oh,
happened?
what the fuck?
Where is it? By the shining trees of old Meris. We have been burgled. But how?
I guess it was an illusion.
No, not. We have guarded the vault day and night. I placed the staff myself. No, the vault is off limits to all, but wait. Vicereeve Palador recently toured the vault. The Queen's business, or so he stated. The staff was present before his visit, but I did not check after he left. Unthinkable. Yet, what other conclusion can we draw? Such illusionary magic is beyond the ken of a common thief. To the surface, I must question the watch.
Alright, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll get to the bottom. Aloha. How long is my little thing? I got 5 minutes on it.
None have entered the vault save you and the Vicereeve. I have confirmed it. He departed into the wilderness. He said he had orders from the Queen to bring Naaman's body. He did not return.
Why
He
was
always
Naaman's body
foolishly
here?
Devoted to the prince.
It was back in
Pray
Grotwood.
nothing has happened to the prince's body too. Staff of Magnus is an extremely powerful object. There's no telling what wickedness he could achieve if he desired it. Rest assured he would not have accessed the vault if we'd had any suspicion of his loyalty. Someone must inform the Queen.
I'll go tell her. Oh,
Chosen of Marbrook, your queen has arrived. Bear witness to the glory of Queen Irene, hope of the Dominion.
Where's she at? Oh, is she outside? Okay, I thought she was gonna come in here. Hey, Queenie, I got some bad news.
Honor and praise, my friend. Do you have the Staff of Magnus? Peladil? No. Then it's true. He's betrayed us. My brother's body didn't make it to Marbrook either. I knew he loved Naaman dearly, but I didn't think he'd stoop to this. I will once again.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
These wood elves and their forest spirits. Thou claws are they strange.
Where are you? Oh, wait, that's right.
It is good to see you, my friend. Greenshade is far more exciting place than Raz expected. He hears now that the Staff of Magnus has been stolen, as if these rebellious Bosmer were not trouble enough. Not yet, but it is possible. The elves in this part of the Valenwood do not follow King Camoran. They claim to be subjects of the Wielder King, some forest spirit no one has ever seen. They mock the Dominion and call Queen Irene an enemy. We do not know. The Battle Reeves sent a soldier, Hazazi, to negotiate with the Bramblebreach clan, but he has made no progress. Now Raz needs to hunt for the Staff of Magnus, so he asks you, will you find Hazazi and sort this out? The Bramblebreach village is just south of Marbrook. Hazazi is there. He likes to complain, but he's a good soldier. He just needs someone with a more sophisticated negotiation style. And by the time you get back, Raz will have a lead on the staff.
Who do you think stole it?
The obvious answer is probably the right one. Peladil. That toad fulfilled Naaman's every wish. Why should that change just because the prince is dead? Raz knew the veiled Heritance was a disease not so easily excised. If Peladil has taken the staff, we need to find him and discover what he plans to do with it. The staff is powerful and dangerous. All of the Dominion is at risk if we cannot find it. As always, Raz serves the Queen. She wanted to know if the Bosmer here are as scary as they sound. With the Staff of Magnus stolen though, Raz must make that his priority. This one knows you can handle the Bramble Breach as well as he could. This one does not understand Bosmer clan politics. But as Raz hears it, the clans of this part of Valenwood have always been wild. Some even sided against King Camoran in the Blacksap Rebellion. Greenshade is the heart of Valenwood. It is very dangerous and very mysterious, and these Bosmer understand it like no others do. Raz would not be deterred, but even Camoran's Vindusk Rangers avoid traveling in this part of the forest.
Alright. We've got our objectives laid out for us. There's another, like, zone quest guy here. What's up?
Help shore up these walls. It's ugly and getting uglier out here. As our living soldiers fall, the ranks of the dead swell. At this rate, we'll all be fighting for the other side by tomorrow's dawn. And that's not even the worst part. It's Prince Naaman. Poor old boy's been raised from the dead
Again.
himself, but he's not himself. No trace of the hero Irene says he was in life. He's pure evil now, and from what we can tell, he's the one leading the undead army.
I keep
I
dragging
haven't
my
a
boy
clue,
through the
and I don't
mud.
have time to worry about it. We need to focus on the living, not the dead. Main Akuzri and several soldiers are stranded in the old merchant tunnel up the northern path. Think you could get to them? If you see
Yeah, I
any
could probably get
soldiers
to
in
them.
need, help them out. Anyone who falls, the Heritance will just raise them to fight against us. But the most important thing is getting to the main, though. He dies here, that's one more blow to the Dominion. After the death of Sylvanar, the main came to offer his condolences, and his assistance to Valenwood. Then this mess started. He led a scouting patrol into the old merchant tunnels, but they got cut off. It's possible they've all been killed. I don't know. I haven't seen him myself, but I can't tell you how many soldiers have fled from the forest, terrified and bewildered, mumbling to themselves about Naaman. To hear them tell it, the prince, or whatever he's become, is everywhere. Not long ago I heard Naaman was leading them. Then he died, and I heard that wasn't true, that he was a hero. Now, I don't know what in oblivion to believe.
Okay, we got a mess to sort out here. We have ourselves here a veiled colossus standing in between us and the main. I can't believe this shit. We're going downtown, motherfucker. Hell yeah. Check this out. I got a new thing to scry. Hell yeah. Hey there, casual king of elsewhere.
The incessant clamor of the undead at the gate finally stops, and you come through the gate. It is a relief to finally see someone new from among the living.
I'm surprised I got in.
Is
Was it
Akusri
just
correct
unlocked?
in thinking you have come to our aid?
No, I want to kill you.
Good, very good. The tunnel is cleared then, yes? Akusri is eternally grateful. He can make it back to Marbrook and send reinforcements to hold the tunnel. The far greater concern is discovering what has prompted the undead to attack. Yes, this one saw the prince with his own eyes. He is no longer Naaman though. He has been raised and possessed by some darkness. Even so, Akusri does not understand. The prince ordered his forces to attack, and then he disappeared. No one knows, but if destroying Marbrook were his goal, you would expect the prince to remain, yes? No, the prince planned something else, and his plans must be uncovered. You are clearly capable. I think you should undertake this task. You must consult with Indenir. He has already been considering this question. Akusri must warn you. Indenir is very strange, even for a Bosmer. But this one has never met an elf with such understanding of nature. Come, let me introduce you.
Let's see what this guy's all about.
Indenir, the tunnel is finally clear. Akusri will return to Marbrook and send soldiers to reinforce this location.
Yes, that makes sense. Perhaps it's better if I go out into the pass and try to discover why Naaman ordered the undead to attack in the first place.
Yes, both of you go. Find out what Naaman is planning and report to Marbrook. Don't try to do all this on your own. And of course, may bright moons light your path.
Okay.
I appreciate the main sentiment and the support of the Dominion, but ultimately, it falls on us to protect Valenwood. Since the Sylvanar's death, I get the sense that Queen Irene feels she owes us something. But we Bosmer are not helpless. Of course not. And I'm grateful for your assistance. It's true that I can't do this alone. I just think marching the entire army into the forest would be a mistake. Come though, we mustn't tarry. We must discover the Shade's true motivation. I don't think it's that simple. The Shade has assumed Naaman's form.
Oh.
It retains some of Naaman's memories, but it's a different entity now, with different motivations. The Shade is undead, so we must consult the dead to discern its intentions. Drilladun Pass is old. Many Bosmer died here, and some cannot be raised by any magic. They are the accursed souls who violated the Green Pact. Come with me and we will try to commune with them. Perhaps they will know what the Shade truly plans. Oh, there are many ways. Perhaps they cut down a tree, or ate berries from the local plants. Sometimes their intentions were good, but Valenwood is unforgiving. If they violate the pact, they cannot pass from this plane. No, they are tethered to their remains, and they cannot pass into death, nor can they return to life. Thus they remain witness to all that transpires among living and dead alike, but unable to participate.
That sounds fucking
Come, let us
harsh.
see what they know of Naaman. I've
Yeah,
been
let's go
underground
talk
too
to him.
I can't wait to get back out into the forest. I think we're in luck. Though most of the local wildlife
Is
has
that a lore
fled
book?
from the undead,
I think it is.
the torchbugs have remained. Many people do not know this, but torchbugs are among the most perceptive creatures in the forest. They're amazing. I can ask one of them to lead you to the remains of the cursed dead. If you can find the skulls or some such, bring them to the stone table. I will go ahead and prepare so we can commune with them. Just trust me on this. It'll work. You'll see.
Alright,
Let's
if
see
you
if I
say
can speak
so.
to this one.
Yes, that was a
Come here,
Lord.
little one.
Is it moving?
Yes, that would be so helpful. Thank you. Off it goes.
Oh
Follow it to
boy.
find the skulls and then meet me at the stone table.
Alright. Alrighty, Holmes, we got the skulls.
You who were condemned, hear me. Your only hope of being released is to tell us why the dead have been risen.
Ha! We need no release. The Shade of Naaman heralds a new age. An age where we will be restored, and you are the ones who will be judged.
Hold on, how do you know that? Did the Shade actually tell you that?
He doesn't have to. When the forest is transformed, who do you think will inhabit the Shadowwood? We will.
Naaman does not have the power to release any of you, but I do. Help us and you'll have your chance at freedom.
I'll tell you, don't listen to that fool. The
Would
Shade
releasing them
seeks to
violate the
corrupt
pact?
The forest to create a new realm. It's called the Shadow Wood.
I suspected something like this. It explains what we've seen. The Shade of Naaman does not seek destruction, it seeks transformation. We need to close these shadow rifts quickly. First though, I promise their souls release. Not easily, but I promise
Oh my
them.
god.
Since I will fulfill the sentence, I think you should decide whether any of them should be released.
Alright.
We told you what you wished to know. Little good that it will do you. But we were promised release. Please, you must release me. I shifted, which is strictly forbidden by the Green Pact. I was cocky. Did it to prove that I could, that's all. It was a mistake. I understand that now. Please, I've suffered enough.
Alright, you can go.
It's odd to watch the slaughter of your people through the empty sockets of your own skull. My family was slaughtered by the Wood Orcs, and I burned down their village, every last structure, every last tree for revenge. I shouldn't have harmed the forest. I should have rallied my people in a morning war and feasted on my enemies.
Sure, you can go.
Fool, do you not see what's upon you? Look around. The shadow will consume all Tamriel and usher in a new age. An age where the dead will be redeemed and the living will suffer. The other races laugh at us. Why do we depend on them for wood we could easily take for ourselves? The Green Pact is for the weak. We are not the servants of the forest. The Green should serve us.
Oh, I agree with you there.
It pains me. Glad that's done.
You are weak.
The pleading of the condemned is almost too much to bear. One way or another, they are returned to the forest. I won't question your judgment. Their fates are decided, but the fate of Valenwood is what concerns me. These shadow rifts the skulls mentioned.
Some kind of punishment if it's that easy to release them from
The
it.
Shade's realm is bleeding into ours. I haven't quite figured that out. I can feel them though. They feel like wounds in the forest. I have some small ability to mend the green, but it requires all of me. I'm going to need your protection.
Okay. Well, we gotta go to
Such
3
foul
little
creatures
areas.
in my forest will not be tolerated.
Alright.
Leave
got
the
this
shadow
one?
rifts alone, or you will suffer for it.
Hey, hey, there we go.
Whatever it takes.
Damn, I can't use Blade of Woe on skeletons, apparently.
Desist, living one. You meddle with forces you cannot understand.
Go down.
Or die trying.
got it?
You go
Oh.
too far. Now you will experience the shadow for yourself.
What the hell is this up
What
with?
foul magic is this?
What are we doing?
Is this the Shadow Wood?
What's that?
It is. This is what the Shade seeks, to transform Valenwood into this, a realm of darkness and evil. It's inconceivable. I do not know. I never imagined this realm would be so elaborate. How could he create this? Where does he get such power? We have to stop this, whatever it takes. Perhaps we can find the source of it. Yes, we must. Perhaps there is a gateway back to our realm, back to Valenwood. Some place where life and death intersect. That's it! The stone table! I must go. I'll meet you there.
Okay. Hey there. Guess I'm gonna have to deal with you.
Become a permanent resident.
Hey there, buddy.
It seems our circumstances are even worse than I imagined. The corruption of the Shadowwood expands across the forest. I fear it's too late to contain it. We must find the Shade of Naaman himself, here on this plane, if we are to stop him. I know not, but I certainly aim to find out. First, though, you must report what we've learned to Marbrook. We need to at least keep them informed. Don't worry, when the time is right, the forest will help me find you again. Until then, be safe. Don't take long.
Okay.
We must press on with our efforts.
I can't believe my eyes. The undead are actually receding. For a while there, I thought you were making a last stand here. I'm betting it wasn't our brilliant tactics that drove them away, though. Conquering Marbrook wasn't their top priority, was it?
Nope.
Then it's as the main suggested. Magical forces are at work here that we can't fight with sheer numbers. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm just glad we have you and Indenir on our side to sort this out. Yes, I think maybe Ifri smiles on us after all. I wish this victory didn't feel so hollow. Other than keeping the undead at bay, it seems there's little we can do to battle this darkness. We are here to support you and Indenir, though, if you need us. Are you going to rejoin him now? That's Indenir for you. Always trying to shoulder all the burden himself. We can't let him get away with that, though. There's whispers that Naaman's actually been raised as a lich, and if that's the case, Indenir's definitely going to need you. One of the spinners said Naaman was a lich and was at Hectorheim. You and Indenir should go there too when time allows. For now, though, Indenir's bound to be in Verant Morass or Dreadful Lane. You should catch up with him. He needs you. Indenir's a
go
real
look for
piece
him.
of work, isn't he? I always thought he was half mad. Recently, though, I've realized just how fortunate we are to have him.
Where'd he come from?
Mad as he is, I thought he came from the Bramblebreach clan, but some said it was Woodhearth. Truth is, no one knows.
Oh.
Even heard he was raised by an old Grat oak, cradled in its roots, weaned on the dew from its leaves. He's a mystery, all right.
I can see. Hey
Stay
there,
away.
Indenir.
I'm glad you're here. I've been trying to help these poor people, but it's futile. There's a blight here that's turned them into rabid beasts. These Bosma may be beyond aid, but we must find a way to stop the blight from spreading. Undoubtedly, it's the corruption of Prince Naaman's shade, spreading through the forest and somehow affecting the people here. The blight emanates from the trees, which may offer us an opportunity to at least contain it using the Standing Stones. Long ago, before the Green Pact, the Standing Stones were used to protect the people from the aggression of the forest. If we can activate the stones, it could prevent the trees from spreading the blight to anyone else. We must work quickly, my friend. Clearly, the blight doesn't affect all Bosma, but if anyone wanders into this area, I suspect there is a strong chance they will become afflicted.
Okay, so we gotta stop it before that shit happens. No, I just gotta bonk these guys? Oh no, I gotta do a special little, like, light a match, I guess.
Even the water here seems to be somehow tainted.
Gonna narrowly avoid these guys. Well, bam.
The corruption.
Okay. What did you say was happening over here? Engineer. Ooh, he's candy. There he is.
If the eldest has been corrupted, then everything in this area, every plant, every creature, and every person will soon become corrupted as well. I can't imagine how this blight can so easily penetrate the forest's protections. It is an ancient plant, a strangler. It's been here from the beginning. It's the lifeblood of the forest in this area. If the eldest is truly tainted, then regardless of the Green Pact, we must slay it. I don't think so. We must consider the significance of the Green Pact as a whole. At its core, it's a covenant in which we protect the Green and the Green protects us. In this case, we must cut off the limb to save the trunk. It's the only way. Not without assistance. After we've killed it, you must remove its heart. We may be able to use that to grow a new strangler to take the eldest's place.
Okay, let's go fuck this little thing up. Oh my god, it really is just a little thing. I was expecting like a giant strangler.
Now
Oh yeah, that's
remove
right.
the
I
heart.
was supposed to take its heart.
You can destroy the eldest, but you
And we find ourselves here once again. It's so unnatural.
I thought you were a
Queasy.
trickery at first. I thought you were tricking
The
me.
eldest's heart must be the nexus that ties this plane to ours. I suspect it is also tethered to Naaman's servant, the one who addressed us. We have no choice, though it sounds as if we risk handling the eldest's heart back over to the enemy. Perhaps, though, we might also purge more of the blight while we were in this realm. That might help us both here and there. The trees in the forest. The taint came from the eldest, but it has undoubtedly spread to the spirits of the trees themselves. If we can slay the corrupted tree spirits, more of the forest may be spared. The eldest's heart can help us. The heart's energy could help you slay the tree spirits, but I'm actually not sure that would be a good idea. If we use the heart this way, it will be corrupted.
It's already
destroy
corrupted.
any chance of using it to grow a replacement for the eldest.
We gotta cleanse the blight, man.
Very well. I'm not sure this is the best course, but I am biased by my attachment to the green. I trust your judgment. The heart's energy will accompany you to destroy the corrupted tree spirits. Find me when you're done.
Alright. And last tree spirit here.
bring me the heart, and I will grant you a merciful death.
Is that so?
Your
Try to
hopeless
defeat you again. How many of you are there? I'm gonna guess 3. I'm gonna guess rule of 3s. Alright. Hey there, engineer.
At least it's over now. We stopped the blight from spreading and defeated Naaman's servant, but at such cost. I worry about our decision to sacrifice the eldest's heart. Its absence will be felt, and without a replacement, well, I don't know. Thankfully, your efforts within the Shadowwood saved many of them. But there is still much corruption in the forest. I can feel it. Our work is far from finished. Here, I'll take the heart now.
Alright, you go right ahead. Salutations,
Now,
Nara.
well, aren't you the bold one? Running around this part of the forest. You've got to be either fearless or just plain foolhardy. Haven't you seen the undead? I'm a Vine Desk Ranger, and I'm not even sure I'm safe here. Ah, yes, you're the one he mentioned. He'll be glad you're here. The Veiled Heritance were one thing, but the undead are too much. They're Blackroot clan. They were a cruel lot even when they were living, and now they're even worse. Don't ask me. We're at a standstill as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even sure what's at stake. Until I know more, we're hunkering down here. Indane has been running around, though. He's probably got a plan, but you two are on your own for now.
Yeah, as usually are.
Did she tell you? One of the greatest mysteries of Valenwood has finally been solved.
Oh?
Decades of conflicting rumors have been put to rest. We finally know what happened to the Blackroot clan. They died, right here in Verlaine. Yes, once again the work of Naaman's Shade and the Veiled Heritance. And yes, I do realize we need to return them to rest, but I'm hoping we can uncover more about what happened here while we do. Are you ready to get to work, my friend?
Indeed I am.
Blackroot clan warriors are even more bloodthirsty in death than they were in life. But there are also other spirits here, glimmers from the past, crying out for help. I think they're trying to show us something. We need to watch them.
Alright, let's see what they do.
Elfirian, General Malgoth and the rest of the Blackroot troops are almost upon us.
No, that plan is madness!
Silence, Glonia. Our sacrifice today will ensure our sister villages live on.
Interesting. Very much so.
Elfie, I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's all right, Glenril. The poison itself is slow. The black root will have cut our throats long before you felt its effects. Here, we'll drink it together, and I'll fight by your side till the end.
Until the end.
Now, to battle!
That's the last of them, General. The village is clear.
An easy victory. Verlaine is the first to fall, but there will be more. Now, per the meat mandate, let us feast on the fallen.
That's why they drink
Prepare
poison.
The cave temple. It's a suitable place for a celebration.
These demon little Bosmer.
General Morgoth, the troops, half of them are dead. The other half
are dying, including us. This is poison. The villagers poisoned themselves to poison us.
What do you mean?
The meat mandate, you idiot. Elfirian knew she couldn't win on the field.
It's really smart. I don't know why that isn't done more often.
To the Nereid Temple. Perhaps we can beg a cure. Rise, my soldiers. Back to your bodies and take up arms.
Why do you command us from the ooze?
A powerful one, unknown to me, has stolen my bow. It invoked the right of theft, and commanded we march against the Dominion.
By your command.
Where's Indenir at? Is he coming? Is he on his way? Where's he at? Indenir. Indenir.
Rise, my soldiers. Back to your bodies and take
Where the
up
fuck's he
arms.
at? Okay, our buddy's here.
What a sacrifice. To think the villagers actually poisoned themselves in order to poison the Blackroot clan. It may be morbid, but it's also brilliant. Of course, that really doesn't help us return the Blackroot warriors to their graves, does it? From what I gather, one of Naaman's servants has stolen General Malgoth's bow and compels the Blackroot clan to fight by the right of theft. What we need to do is steal the general's bow back, and then we can release him from his vows. We must rely on the scenes of the past. After being poisoned, General Malgoth went to the Nereid temple. It's likely he died within. I suggest you go in and search for the general's remains. I'll continue searching for clues out here in the forest. Be wary in there. Nereids wield dangerous magic and can never be trusted. It's no surprise they help.
Okay. Hello. Hello. I'm gonna take your bow.
You would steal that which has already been stolen, then enter the Shadowwood and seek it.
Hell
You will
yeah.
find only death.
Oh god damn it, I have to go all the way back out here. Alright, where? Oh my god, can you not be like right here,
Bow is
please?
a boon to our army. You will
Where
not
are
have
you?
it.
We're back in the Shadowwood.
Indeed we
I had
are.
hoped not to visit here again. But if this is where he is holding the general's bow, then it's just as well. We need to find the shade to get the bow back. I don't know. We'll have to search until we find it, though. In the meantime, however, do you recall the glimmers of the past we saw earlier? It seems those spirits are trapped here in the Shadowwood. We should release them. It's the shadow rifts that bind them here. From this side, you only need to touch the rifts to close them. That will release the spirits from their torment and weaken Naaman's grip on this place. If you'll focus on that, I'll search for the shade. Good luck. I'll see you by the stones.
Alright. Okay. I freed all the little spirits. It was an optional step, so I hope that saves me hassle
Naaman
here.
warned me about you, and I prepared. You will die, and then you will serve us.
Okay, cool. That's just the make fight last longer ability. I'll gladly take that. Hey there.
That was a harrowing experience all around. I'm glad it's over. I hope we have succeeded in weakening Naaman's grasp on Valenwood as a whole. Only one thing remains. We must deal with the spirit of General Malgoth. Yes, and since you have succeeded in stealing it, it falls on you to invoke the right of theft with the General. Whatever you ask him, he will be compelled to do. The compassionate choice would be to release the General and his army, to allow them to return to their rest. But if you prefer, you might ask them instead to turn against Naaman and aid our forces in the fight for Valenwood. The choice is yours.
This is just like Lord of the Rings.
So it's true then? You have retrieved my bow from the shade?
Yeah,
My father told me, you will find your bow in an animal's bone. Before it's even carved, you will see it. Mammoth's tusk. Extraordinarily difficult to make a good bow out of. But it was just like he said. I saw it, and I knew. What do you want?
Well, I've made this exact decision before, so I'm gonna make the same choice. You're marching on Naaman
My
with
army
us.
is loyal even deep within death, deep within the ooze. They will do as I ask, and if I am asked to march on Naaman, then that is what we will do.
Cool.
So you commanded the General to turn around and fight on our behalf instead? I suppose it makes sense. If the villagers of Verlaine remain trapped in the Shadowwood, why should the General go free? Very well then. We've done all we can here, but it's clear that Naaman still seeks to harm Valenwood, so our work is not finished. I suggest we spread out and search for signs of darkness. When Auriel wills it, I am certain the green will bring us together again. Unless you have questions for me, I will soon be on my way. We should both search the forest for other signs of Naaman's corruption. I fear at some point we will have to confront Naaman himself. A spiritual prison of a sort. Bosmer who break their oath to the Green Pact go there when they die, to reflect for an eternity. There's a place called Owls, where we bring the bodies of Oathbreakers. Some think it's a physical link to the ooze.
Cool. Now I've got to go back to talking to the other boys. Yep. Hey there, Hazazi. I'm back on this part of the plotline.
Dark moons. These crazy Bosmer make no sense. Hazazi comes to negotiate on behalf of Queen Irene, to hear their grievances, and all they do is dance and jest. Hazazi has only been here a short while, and already he hates this village. What negotiations? These dungy elves don't want talk. They say they only answer to the Wilder King. Who is this? Who knows? They'd rather pull Hazazi's tail than give him a straight answer. It's not fair. Hazazi always gets the worst assignments. Hazazi likes this idea. If you can just get the Bramble Breach to make sense, this one will be impressed. Hazazi thinks it's a wild guar chase, but if you want to try, speak with their tree thane. May you have better luck than Hazazi.
Okay. Hello there.
Sometimes people just... Another tourist? Rare to have so many visitors in this part of the Valen Wood, didn't you hear?
Hey, she's got horns.
It's much safer behind the shiny new
More
walls
accurate.
of Marbrook. Even King Camoran hesitates to venture into the court of the Wilder King.
I wish they all did.
Negotiate? About what? Oh, I know. You want us to bow to your queen and swear allegiance to your what's-it's-called? Aldermary Dominion. Huh. Problem is that our allegiance is to the Wilder King, and he doesn't seem to care for your Dominion. Ha, sure. Let me just pull him from my satchel. You people don't understand. The Wilder King manages the entire forest. He doesn't have time for idle talk. Why do you think so many people doubt his existence? Not in person, but I don't doubt the Wilder King exists. He speaks to me in the babbling brooks and the wind in the trees. Other Bosmer petition him for an audience, but I don't need to. He already tells me everything I need to know. I could tell you, but how do I know you're trustworthy? You ask us to share your enemies, but will you share ours? The wood orcs are a plague we can't seem to be rid of.
I thought
help
you
us drive
guys...
them off.
No, you guys were supposed to get along with the wood orcs.
Lurchers. Take seeds from the shimmering tree in the village and plant them in the orcs' camp. In a few minutes, they'll sprout out with a vengeance. The orc chieftain won't surrender so easily, though. Just kill him. Leave the rest to the lurchers. Don't bother coming back here until you've run off the orcs. I've got important business to attend to. Huh.
Okay.
Can you believe that tree thane? Was the tree thane as rude to you as she was to me? All I asked was how one might get an audience with the Wilder King, but the way she reacted, you would have thought I was trying to slaughter her children. Did she treat you any differently? She did? That's funny, because Ander and I offered to drive the orcs away and she turned us down.
Interesting.
No, I'm beginning to suspect this is some elaborate Bosmer trick and the whole village is laughing at us when we're not looking. I didn't say that. There is definitely a distinctive magical force in this part of Valen Wood, but I fail to understand by what logic the tree thane decides who gets an audience with the Wilder King and who gets turned away. Oh, I'm Aranias. Maybe you've read my book, Spriggans in the Green, Story and Myth in Primitive Bosmer Society? Probably not, I guess. Anyhow, Ander and I came in a scholarly pursuit to see if this Wilder King is really as powerful as they say. We'll just have to venture deeper into the forest on our own. We'll probably get lost and suffer a slow and painful death, but that's the risk we have to take. If you're going after the wood orcs, though, I know something that might make it easier. If you want, you can take the essence from the calliope tree and rub it all over your body to cloak yourself in a haze of forest moths. The wood orcs won't even see you. Oh,
that's
one
lucky.
more thing. Ander scouted out the orcs' camp pretty extensively. He might have some useful observations if you ask. Good luck with the wood orcs and that tricky tree thane. Maybe we'll meet again when we find the Wilder King. Me? I was born and raised in the Somerset Isles on a rather small island known as Silitar. It's a pretty secluded place. Growing up there was what first sparked my interest in studying nature magic. But, well, it was very lonely. There seemed to be a lot more rumors than any real facts. Some say he's a man, others say he's a spirit, an embodiment of the forest. What I find most fascinating, though, is the rumor that he actually shapes the entire forest. That's just incredible. Of course not. He's mainly here, acting as my guardian. They warned us that this place was dangerous, and if the Wilder King is really as unpredictable as people say, well, never hurts to be prepared.
Indeed.
I spent several hours watching the wood orcs and evaluating their weaknesses. As a whole, their strength is in numbers. As long as you don't take on the entire camp, you should be fine. The chieftain's the one you have to watch out for. By the look of his scars, he's seen his share of battle, and he knows how to take a beating. Don't expect him to go down quickly. There's a shaman who's never far from his side as well. I'd focus on killing the shaman first. Good luck.
Alright. I'm gonna take my seeds, take my essence. And I can use the essence on myself, right? Hell yeah. Can I get through here? There we go. Alright, that was quick. I guess they can still see me if they have torches for some reason. Just gonna get that little way shrine real quick. And this should be it. Okay, where's the chieftain at? Oh, he's back this. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Time to take on Chiefy, Master Chief, York Chieftain. Not interested in what you're selling. Come here for the chieftain. Is he coming out? Is he? Do I have to go in there? What's the deal? What's the deal with this chieftain? Come on. Excuse me? Okay,
So the wood elves have a
and
friend
he's
who's not
here.
afraid to fight.
He just takes like 10 minutes to spawn apparently. Ah, there we go. Okay. After a little stupidity, we've returned.
My scouts came back singing your praises. They said the wood orcs broke quickly after you killed Chieftain Thragdosh and unleashed the Guardians. I wasn't exactly expecting you to succeed. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. Huh, and you're worried I won't hold up my end of the bargain? No, I keep my promises. You got rid of those parasitic orcs. You've earned the right to petition the Wilder King for an audience. I hope I haven't given you a sense of false hope, though. Bosma around here petition the Wilder King for an audience all the time, and he rarely responds. More than likely, you're simply wasting your time. Suit yourself. Just south of my home, you'll find the petitioning stone. Just touch it. Probably nothing will happen. If he wants to speak with you, though, he'll appear when you touch that stone. I never said it was complicated. Besides, by scaring off those wood orcs, you just might have improved your chances. The Wilder King sees these things, you know. All right, run along now, and may the forest part to reveal your path.
Phew. Okay. Little petitioning stone here. Let's see if the Wilder King cares to answer. Oh, he did. Look at that.
Welcome to my court, outsider.
Hello.
Since you entered my domain, I have watched your actions with a keen interest. You have been generous with my people and more patient than I expected. But I still cannot gather one thing. Why have you come? Again, not what I expected. I think I've heard of this old merry dominion, but I don't see how inclusion in this group would appeal to me or to the people in my domain. Aligning with you would only alienate us from others. Interesting. You think we have common enemies? My only enemies are those who would seek to harm Valenwood. Let us test your theory, though. Show me one of these enemies of whom you speak, so I might better understand. Use the other stone pillar, the one on the platform behind us. Touch that stone pillar and an apparition will appear. One of your enemies, as you say. Fight this enemy so that I might see its true nature. I am pleased to be able to lend you strength to face this enemy from your past.
Alright, who do you think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be Hyken Lady Estri. It's Advisor Norian. Who are you? Who's this guy? Oh, he was probably in like the last episode or so. Yeah, my shit's better.
Zazi is finished with this village.
I sense the darkness in the heart of the one you fought, but he has already been defeated, has he not? And those like him, they may not all share his darkness. You should have me call these people enemies, though. The Veiled Heritance. Yes, I am familiar with this distinction as well. There is one among this group who has come to Valenwood to see me, and I find her curious. Very curious. I'm not inclined to consider her an enemy.
It's the scholar that we met.
She is one who has been blessed with fascinating gifts. Gifts I cannot afford to ignore. You would know her identity, though. I was able to capture one of her memories. Touch the petition stone again, and I will share it with you.
Okay.
We have much need of someone like you, Aranias.
Yes,
young one.
I knew it.
Have a problem in the Valenwood that
Told
will
ya.
require your talents.
Why is the Dominion the most predictable
I would be
storyline?
honored to help however I can.
An opportunity has arisen to strike a devastating blow to the Dominion, to divide the Bosmer.
The Bosmer in Greenshade claim allegiance not to King Camoran, but to a man they call the Wilder King.
Killing this Wilder King will drive the Bosmer mad. He is very elusive, though, so I will need your help to find him.
You realize we are entrusting you with an important task, I hope, my dear.
Of course, Lady Estri, you can count on me.
Alright.
As you've just seen, the young girl Aranias is associated with the Veiled Heritance. Until I know more about her, I hesitate to call her an enemy. I will have more insight soon, though. Even now, Aranias is on her way to my throne. So she believes, but there may be a greater truth to her purpose here. You may not like this, but I sense the same is true. Like the branches of a grat oak, I believe that Aranias' destiny, my destiny, and your destiny are all intertwined. I cannot yet see how these events will play out, but I do know that like Aranias, you must come deeper into the forest.
Where you need me
You
go?
must eventually come to my throne, but not yet. Each of us is a strand to be spun into the story of Valenwood. You should seek out the spinner, Marrowan. He can tell us how this story began and where it should end. Yes.
Damn, they
Traveling
were
through
chill too.
Valenwood is a
I bet they're gonna have a redemption arc.
It may take them many days to find the path to my throne. You have all the time you need. Find the spinner's cottage and speak to Marrowan. Safe journeys, my friend.
I will look for the lad. Alright, sir.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it. I've already begun Aranias' story.
Yes, of course. I have been waiting for you for some time. The story needs you to play a part in the present and in the past.
Oh, those are my
You
favorite
certainly took
kinds
your
of
time about
stories.
things. Not your fault, I understand, not your fault. We may yet get this right. Inside the story, you must also enter the story in order to help her. Aranias wants to see the Wilder King. I'm his gatekeeper. To see him, you ask me nicely, and then I tell you a story. A story that you take part in. Yes, the story is one from her own past, but she's convinced that she's living through these events for the first time. You'll play the part of the close friend she never had. Someone she can trust, who can change the person Aranias becomes. Ask
I like
nicely.
that.
Of course.
This
Now,
guy's cool.
Sit down by the
This guy's
fireplace.
cool.
Imagine there's a nice warm fire burning there, and I'll set the scene.
Let's pop an XP scroll.
Have a seat by the fire, and let me know when you're ready to hear the story. Remember, ask nicely.
Low res fireplace, let's go.
Imagine the flames are the waves of a vast ocean. Cold waves on a clear blue ocean off the coast of Somerset. Now picture an island. Trees around the island shimmer in the sunlight. Each gently cresting ocean wave sparkles. Many stones, roots, and flowers on the island were shaped by magicka. Only 2 living Altmer possess such power. One of those 2 Altmer stands outside the manor on this island. Her island. Go to her. Become her friend.
Oh, okay, I go back out.
Island of Silitar.
Okay. Hey there, Aranias.
I'm so glad you could come. My parents will be back tonight, and I was afraid I'd have to face them alone again.
Hell's going on?
That's why I asked you to come early. I'm not sure what will happen either. Before they get back, I want to be carefree. We can visit some of our favorite places together. They were
Your
afraid,
parents have gone?
like everyone else. After I raised up the land under the sea and smashed that ship, even though nobody got hurt, they said my magic was too dangerous. You're the only one who isn't afraid of me. You're not afraid, right?
Of course not.
You don't know what this means to me. Now, what will we do first? I know, let's race to the lighthouse like we did when we were little. Bet you still can't catch me.
I bet I can. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. Oh my god, you suck at this game. You suck at this game, Aranias. Oh, oh, that's cheating. No, I can't heal myself because I don't have my summons. Can't believe she's a filthy cheater. And we're still gonna beat her. Beat her? I barely know her. Yippee! Hey there.
Not bad. You're pretty fast. Maybe. You know, I've always had a special connection to the land. Sometimes things happen and I don't even think about it. It just happens. I'm sorry, it just happened. Wait, something's wrong. Can you feel that? The land's in pain, burning hot. Look, the farm's burning! Over the rise. Wait. Too many footsteps and it's too early for my parents' return. Boots. Boots. There are invaders on Silitar. We have to stop them.
Alright, let's go fuck him up. I trust you. Homeboys are absolutely fucking up the farmstead. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, this is not good. What are these Khajiit? Oh, they're just bandits. Oh, there's another one. Honestly, why don't I have my pets out? Oh, these champion points are the best. Baham.
That'll show them. No one attacks my island. What have they done to my farm? Why would they do this? Animals! Does it matter? I'm tired of this. Everyone wants to hurt me or use me, and it stops now. Where were you when my parents tested me? Where were you when I needed you most? You left me. Why are you even here? Do you want something from me too? I'm sorry. After my parents left, I felt so alone. I couldn't find you. People kept coming. They'd attack, hound me, want me to show them what I can do, like I was a circus animal or some kind of pet. I shouldn't take it out on you. No, it's not your fault. Thanks to you, these bastards didn't get very far. They could have destroyed everything. It's getting late. We need to clean up before my parents return. Meet me at the manor later.
Come, I must speak with you once more.
What's happening, Maroon?
In her tale, Aranias was volatile, and she swung between anger, shame, and hope. Feared by her own parents because of her abilities, she faced the bandits alone. This made her bitter and hardened against others, vulnerable to outside influences. You will soon see it for yourself. But first, you should view another scene from Aranias' past. She was a bit younger and excited about her newly found skills. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm liking this so far. You know what, Greenshade? It's pretty good so far. The Greenshade and Grotwood are pretty good. Besides the like main story beats.
Mother, what do you think of this tree?
A lot of the little
How
stuff
about
in them
this
was
island
good.
you're
I'll see.
standing on?
The ground is soaked. I'll need new shoes now.
I made it.
What? You made the ground soggy?
The island. I made this little island.
What? Ara, what do you mean you made it?
These trees, those rocks. None of this was here yesterday. The ground is wet because I used my magic to pull it up from under the water.
Oh, Ara, what have you done?
Gifted with a rare and powerful ability, Aranias tried in vain to win her parents' affection. So much happened next, but I especially draw your attention to two particular events. One scene is atop the lighthouse, the other in the manor's great hall. They will help you understand more about our troubled Altmer, I hope. No, the greatest challenge comes next, and Aranias needs you. Her parents returned after the attack on the farm, and brought with them the people they considered their daughter's only hope, the veiled Heritance. She should not face this alone. Getting changed at the manor. You should do the same after you watch those scenes. You'll find a change of clothes in the guest bedroom off the Great Hall. Then, go to Aranias in the garden.
Okay, so I've got to find the lighthouse story. Dude, this feels like a cool little side quest. Like I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I don't know, like I wanted to compare it to like a specific game because it feels like familiar. It feels like a familiar concept, but I'm kind of drawing a blank right now.
I'm sorry.
You're lucky they're alive. How many more ships will you sink?
It was an accident.
Accidents
Oh my
are
god, that
spilling
looks
water,
so cool.
dropping glass. You lifted a ship out of the ocean with a wall of rock.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Your mother and I will discuss your punishment. Go.
All right.
Your father and I leave for Somerset in the morning.
I won't do it again, I promise. I'll try harder. Don't leave me behind.
Don't grovel. It's unbecoming. We will return with help to control your temper.
How much more can I apologize? I said I'm sorry.
No, Ara. It's just, you need training. What you did to the ship, that scares people.
What sort of training, Father?
This is How I look? Okay. Alright, it's kind of bussin'. Okay. Don't mind me with my Daedric summons. Just walking into the garden with you.
You look good. How do you feel? There are so many people. And look, it's High Kin Lady Estri. Why is she here? I bet my parents want me to show off my powers. I thought they were bringing me a teacher or something. Hesitant? I hate this, and they've got something particular they want to see. Would you do me a favor and find out? Mingle among them, eavesdrop. Find out what they've planned for me. I'm not sure yet. They'll probably want another statue raised from the ground. My parents treat that like a party trick, and this is a party after all. But the way they're talking, it sounds more dangerous, and I'm a bit worried, to be honest.
Alright. I'm not gonna press her too much on how she does her little magic thing, because I feel like that could offend her.
Her parents invited me to witness her powers firsthand. She lifted the ground up under my very feet. Her demonstration today will not be one of skill, but of character.
No, okay. We're done here. Olindel. I feel like I know this guy.
Amazing potential. Why are we bothering with this girl and her clods of dirt? Under could melt them with hardly a thought.
Wait, are these the
What do they call her? The Rock Witch?
Paladin.
Hilarious. Provincial.
I think these are the three bosses that we fought. You know what I'm saying? Back on Auradon?
Onder has one of the little beggars in the field, away from the house. Aranias will demonstrate her talents on the other. Her demonstration will determine how we employ her talents.
No, these are just other villains throughout the thing, because Viceroy Peladil was recent, I think. They could all be from Auradon. I don't know. For some reason, a lot of fucking these past few episodes is blended together for me.
I'm afraid this one is about to die. I didn't realize how frail Bosmer were. Not this goblin-faced meat-eater, his wife. Wait a minute. You're not with the Heritance?
Wait, what? No, I don't want to kill him. He was chill.
They took my wife. They will give her to the witch, the Rock Witch. The land will kill her. They said the land...
You killed Ander? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, don't worry. It was an entertaining twist, to be sure. But sadly, as real as it may seem, this is just a story. In real life, you were not there to kill Ander. He has had considerable time to grow in power, and his temper has not gotten any longer, if you understand me. It seems the Veiled Heritance have sent him after Aranias to ensure she kills the Wilder King, or dies if she fails. I met him. He wanted to get into this story, but he wouldn't ask nicely. But there's nothing we can do about that right now. We have a story to finish.
I liked him.
Aranias' big moment is about to arrive. You should go to her. In the garden. She's been commanded to kill the wife of this Bosmer. You should hurry to her. She faced this alone last time.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that to happen again.
This creature is no different from those who burned your farm. Please. Aranias, my child, raise the ground up to trap this animal.
Please let us go.
Aranias, do you remember how helpless you were when your farm burned?
Racism. Racism lore.
Good. Good. Now tear this animal apart.
This is my test. If I can take the life of this girl, it means that I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices. What about the Bosmer who attacked my island? What were they, Dominion ambassadors? A peace mission? If I refuse to kill this Bosmer, then what? I'll be alone again. The Rock Witch of Silitar, a monster for fairy tales. You're here with me now, but what about later? No, that's not it. I must trust myself. Believe I can do what's right. I don't need anyone, you or the Veiled Heritance, to guide me. I am stronger than this. I won't murder an innocent to prove I can, no matter who demands it. The Veiled Heritance won't control my destiny. I will. I can do this, and I shall. No, I won't do it!
Okay. I feel like we got the good ending there.
You were a fine character, most enjoyable, and it looks like you made quite an impression on Arrhenius. As one story ends, another reaches its climax. Our little bit of mischief was a success. Because of you, Arrhenius may very well betray her masters to defend the Wilder King.
Good.
Truly, I hope we never need change a story so extensively again. Though we spinners can do so, it's usually better to let a tale conclude on its own. Usually. Venturing into the story of Arrhenius' past has sown the seeds of her transformation, but they have yet to sprout. Even now, she and Ander blaze a trail of destruction toward the Wilder King's throne. Their intention is to destroy him. Preserving his life may be impossible at this point, but you must try.
Okay, what?
Without
You're
him,
dropping
the
a lot on
Valenwood
me
will
here,
rage
buddy.
out of control. The only hope lies with Arrhenius and with you. Go to Greenheart and follow the trail of fire to the Wilder King's throne.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and catch up to him. Oh, we're here. We're here in Greenheart. It's gonna be a long dungeon, looks like it. It wasn't a dungeon at all, it was just like a little village, and I fed on the people down here so I could become stage 4 again. Hello? Wait, what? What? I just went through there for nothing? Fucking quest markers in this game sometimes, man. Hello, Mr. Greenheart. Hey there, Wilder King.
It's good you're here. With earth magic and fire, Arrhenius and Ander forced their way towards my throne, leaving chaos in their wake. I've lost control of my guardians. My power fades. I've always wondered what death would be like. Soon, I will know. My end was inevitable all along. Someone new must become caretaker of the Valenwood. Arrhenius was guided here for this purpose.
Oh.
It's fascinating. In her heart, I think she knows the truth, but she's conflicted. Perhaps it is Ander's influence. I think you should catch up with him. Follow the trail of fire. Arrhenius must choose to accept the responsibility of her own accord, but Ander will not understand. I expect he will oppose her, and she will need your help to defeat him.
Alright, well, I'll catch up to him.
Quickly, Arrhenius wavers. She knows now why she was guided here. Not to destroy the Valenwood, but to save it. She wants to change course, but she's afraid. She's afraid to stand up to Ander. Arrhenius' powers grow as she draws closer to the throne. She opened the ground here and they entered the throne tunnels. You must follow. You must be there to help Arrhenius when she decides to make her stand. My hold over the creatures of the Valenwood has weakened. That is why they panic and attack. I lack the strength to pull them back. But I can make it so you appear less threatening. Be careful though. This enchantment will only last a short time.
Okay. Alright, well that was easy with or without this thing that he gave me, but I'm glad I tried at least. Maybe it'll come in handy here.
My way, girl. I have no patience for this.
Nope. Dude, this feels like a Telvanni tower from Morrowind. That's probably what they were going for. In aesthetics, at least.
It's you. From Silitar. My friend. Thank the Eight. You were right about the Veiled Heritance, I'm sure now. They used me as bait to trick the Wilder King, and now Under's going to kill him. I can't let that happen. I have to stop Under. I don't know. But somehow it seems like that's what I was meant to do all along. When he burned the forest, I actually felt its pain. I think I'm connected to this place. I can't fight Onder, though. He's too strong. Will you help me? He's gone ahead. I can travel through the routes to catch up, but you will have to fight your way through. This
No, I won't. I'm a vampire.
Use this bundle of routes and you can burrow for short distances. It will at least get you past Under's fires. I will protect the Wilder King as long as I can, but you must hurry. Oh. Oh.
How do I... Oh, god damn it. Okay. You know what? It's fine. Oh, god damn it. There's more? Fuck you. Okay, I found Ondor. Or like, Andor. Why do I have to keep killing people that I like? Is that what the Alik'r Dominion questline is all about? Killing people that I kinda think could be friends with me? Okay, cool, you can do that too. I guess that's also what the Alik'r Dominion is like, is just fuck you casters.
Quickly, the Wilder King is weak. I must get him to the tower. You should come too.
Dog, I don't think he's gonna make it, dog.
Aranias was guided here to take my place, but I believe you were guided here to assure her ascension. If you had not come, I fear Ondor would have killed us both, leaving the Valenwood wild and vengeful. Many lives would have been lost. Yes, for centuries my sole focus has been shaping and maintaining the Valenwood, protecting it from outside influence and from itself. Now that she has come, I am free to return to the Earth. Give back to that which has given so much to me. She is up above. You should go to her. She is frightened of the transformation process, but you must comfort her. This is the natural course of things. It is necessary for her and for the Valenwood, but she must choose it of her own accord.
Interesting. I bet I'm still gonna make her choose.
I'm scared. Shouldn't I be feeling confident? I mean, we defeated Onder. Look at all of this, though. I've worked my magic on small pieces of land in the Somerset Isles, but this is an entire forest, a living forest. Tell me I can do this. I think he was a man too once, the Wilder King. I mean, he was like us, but when he took this on, he became something else. I think he merged with the Valenwood and forgot his previous self entirely. Well, yes. It means that once I accept this responsibility and become Wilder Queen, I'll forget my previous life, my home, my youth, everything. No, but they are my memories, and some of them fond. The ones with you. They seem only partially real, but they're the memories I'll miss most. I have to let go, though. The way I embrace you in my heart, that's how I must embrace the Valenwood.
Well, I'm glad that I have no emotional connection to this.
Yes, but I need your
I just
help.
manipulated her into doing
You must
this.
climb the tower further and place the Wilder King's crown in the gardens there. Then you must wait for me. Promise you'll wait.
Okay. I'm waiting. Oh shit. It's the Wilder Queen.
Everything is so very different. It's like I'm no longer a single physical form, but my being is spread out across the forest. Aranias is slipping away. You are my friend, though, whoever I become. Will you stay for just a moment? I am prepared to lose my memories, but I don't want to lose the lessons I've learned. You helped me understand the difference between a foe and a friend. I'm determined not to forget that, nor to forget you.
The Wilder King / Wilder Queen
Why you originally came
design is really cool.
to ask for the Wilder King's allegiance to the Aldmeri Dominion, to know the Valenwood was on your side. Would you still make such a request to me now?
Yes.
And I freely give it. On behalf of myself and the Valenwood, you have our allegiance. I only hope Irene realizes that her best ally stands before me now. Before Aranias' memories fade, though, there's something else I must tell you. It's the veiled Heritance. As you may know, they stole the staff of Magnus. I know not
I
where
forgot
they've
about
taken
that.
it, but you should search in Woodhearth to the west. I will open a portal to the western gate of Greenheart. Goodbye, my friend.
See ya. Hey guys. How's it going?
I can't believe it. He was right again. When will I learn not to wager my gold against Razumdar's instincts?
Never.
He said you would be coming this way. Is it true, then? Did you persuade the Wilder King to swear loyalty to Queen Irene?
From a certain point of view.
The Wilder Queen, eh? Times are changing in Valenwood, aren't they? All this has put the Dominion in a delicate position. I suppose that's why it's so important that we are here. Razumdar sent me here to await your arrival. He wants you to join him as quickly as possible. It seems
He was one of the
Vicereeve
guys. Okay,
Peladil
that's
came
right.
this way after stealing the staff of Magnus.
Finally
Could
back
be
to this
so.
shit.
I suspect he merely seeks to find a ship and flee back to the Somerset Isles. Perhaps he is determined to see Prince Naaman's body laid to rest there. Razumdar has his own suspicions, though, and he seemed quite concerned. He was unwilling to share his suspicions with me. Whatever his instincts may be, though, this time I will wager that he's on the mark. Undoubtedly, Razumdar intends to share his thoughts with you. You'll find him in the Thalmor headquarters.
I will go look for the lad. He's pretty cool. He's almost as cool as Darien. Almost as cool as Darien. And neither of them are quite as cool as Narwhal. I can't wait to get the Ebonheart back. What a fucking band of misfits.
Will you hold still? Bah! This Thalmor mage will drive Razumdar mad. Stand here, hold this. Everything's so exact. This one prefers more flexibility. He is glad another eye is here who understands, because we must move quickly here if we are to protect the Dominion. We must find Peladil, of course. This one tracked his stinking hide here after he stole the staff of Magnus. He's the boss of the Veiled Heritance now, and he has allies.
They switch bosses every zone.
Dirty traitors who conspire against Queen Irene. This we do not know yet, but Razumdar has devised the perfect way to flush these rats from their hidey holes. If they had an opportunity to assassinate the Queen, surely they would take advantage of it, yes?
Surely.
No. Razumdar will be the Queen instead, if this mage does his job, of course. We will go soon, so Raz must prepare.
Okay.
Speak to Trithane Farial. She can tell you more about the traitors who are helping Peladil. This one would ask a favor. If the Stalmor mage turns Razumdar into a monkey, you must exact vengeance.
I will do that.
Oh, and you would need to track down Peladil on your own. Raz hopes this will not be the case, though. Razumdar thought the Vicereeve was a clawless coward. Always going on with Prince name on this and Prince name on that. So pathetic. But he is more tricky now. All this one knows is that Peladil is near, and that he has the staff of Magnus. Last time this one saw Naaman, he was still quite dead, but Paladil wouldn't drag around the prince's corpse just to make sure he gets a proper burial.
I've already dealt with some of what Naaman's
Necromancy
doing.
must be planned, but why? Naaman can't rule the Dominion if he is undead.
Okay.
So you're the one who's going to accompany the cat on this guar-brained scheme of his. I hope you realize what you're up against. These traitors in our city have sought to stir up rebellion since the day King Camoran joined the Dominion. So you'd think, but we've never caught any of the traitors. They may not actually be Bosmer at all. Our enemies are always one step ahead of us. Roman doesn't want to believe it, but I think it's obvious there's a spy among the Thalmor. No.
Among us.
We've gone to great pains to keep Razumdar's plans secret. The spy must believe that Iren is really here. There have been rumors that the Maormer plan to raid us, so we've put word out that the Queen has come to make sure the city's safe.
Haven't heard of them in 3 zones.
Yes. Mad as the cat may be, his plan might actually work.
I guess this is our last opportunity to hear about them until Somerset.
Personally investigate the old Imperial underground. You'll escort her there to meet Astaril, a Thalmor officer we suspect may be a spy. Ha! The cat didn't tell you, did he? No, we can't send any guards. We don't know who we can trust. He thinks the 2 of you can handle it, though.
We probably
I don't know if
can.
I'd call that
I could probably
confidence or
handle it by myself.
but I hope Bandar is with you either way.
As soon as Xanador gets the spell right and turns your friend into a queen. Assuming this works, you and Razumdar should leave for the Imperial Underground straight away. Oh, here we go now. It's about time.
Hey there. Nope.
Very convincing. But is the illusion applied everywhere? Perhaps this one should take a moment in private to double-check. Yes?
There were no miscalculations, I assure you.
Raz looks good in this form, but then Raz always looks good. Queen Iren could maybe learn a thing or two from this one. A fair point. Raz, I will keep that in mind. You have spoken with the Tree Thane, then? You understand my genius plan, yes? Yes. There we will find out the truth about this Thalmor officer Astaril. She's quite the beauty, I'm told, but traitors are never what they seem, yes? This one is... no. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Aaron's voice actress, like... I like how the dialogue matches Razumdar, but the voice actress isn't really... like, she clearly hasn't done a character study on Razumdar. So it just sounds a little awkward.
Be ready. This one is counting on you to watch his,
Oh, thank God, it's not a... oh, it is a big dungeon.
Astaril, is that you?
Yes. Come closer, my queen. I have something for you.
What is this?
A gift in memory of Prince Naaman.
Oh.
Vice-Reeve Paladil sent
She's a
his
spy.
regards. You will die.
Damn.
The true king of Alinor will rise again.
Well, that hurt. Raz will be fine. A few burns will not kill this one. But for the moment, he thinks you should press on alone. You must catch Astaril and find out where Paladil is hiding. She used some kind of magic to escape, but it was not a portal, so she cannot have gone far. She must still be here, somewhere in these tunnels.
I'll go find her. Oh, orders. I'll take those, and I'll go visit Razumdar.
Raz heard sounds of fighting.
There was
Did you
no
catch up with
fighting.
Astaril? Were you able to question her about
Wait,
Paladil?
there were no enemies. Like, even off screen, there were no enemies. What?
Dark moons. If Astaril got away, we will have to track her down. And the veiled Heritance is here.
They're everywhere, dude.
Razumdar suspected a few might have come, but he did not expect them to be here in any numbers. Some of Razumdar's contacts warned him that the veiled Heritance was not putting all its hopes on Prince Naaman, that they had backup plan. Naaman is dead. This must be backup plan. Possibly If they cannot rule the Dominion, perhaps they would destroy it by attacking Valenwood. But Raz would not have thought the Heritance could muster enough manpower. Let us go. We must tell Tritha and Fariel what we have learned.
Indeed we must.
If what Razumdar says is true, the city of Woodhearth owes you a debt. Of course,
A lot of cities
if the city's
do.
attacked and destroyed, that won't be worth much. Maybe we can prevent that. The cat said you found orders from Vicereeve Peladil. Can I see them? Damn. This proves that Peladil is planning something here. Something even bigger than killing the Queen. I'm glad you brought it to light. I just hope it's not too late for us to do something about it. There's something about Peladil's orders.
We're insanely
The
lucky that
reference to Astral
Razumdar's
seems
alive.
strange, and a Roman still refuses to believe she betrayed us. Either way, Astral's the key to unraveling this mess. We need to question her and find out what she knows. Well, if she hasn't realized we're onto her, we might be able to catch her by surprise. She might be down at the Thalmor residence right now. I assume a Roman will want to be there when you confront her. The three of you should go quickly, though. Even if Astral's fled the city, you might be able to find some clues about Peladil's plans in her court.
True.
This is preposterous. Astral has risked her life for the Dominion more times than I can count. She is one of my best officers.
Common Thalmor
I
L.
refuse to believe this irresponsible slander until I have spoken with her myself. You must understand, one doesn't become a Thalmor agent until their loyalty is proven beyond question. If Astral confesses, or if we find substantial proof, I will admit I was wrong. Until then, I remain extremely skeptical. This is Thalmor business, and I am going to the Thalmor residence to confront Astral myself. You are welcome to accompany me if you choose.
Okay, this guy's gonna die. 100%. Oh, she's dead. She's been dead for a considerable length of time. She was someone disguised as her.
You see? It's clear that Astral has been dead for some time, so she cannot have been the one you saw in the Imperial tunnels. I told you, say what you will about the Thalmor, but we do not have traitors in our midst. Her death troubles me greatly, but the integrity of the Thalmor is of greater concern, and I am pleased to be proven right in that respect. With that concern behind us, we can finally start searching for the true source of this treachery. Undoubtedly, it was the same person that assumed her likeness and attempted to assassinate the Queen, Razumdar. Speaking of the cat, it seems he may have found something.
What did you find? Oh, more Imperial Underground, that's what you found.
There could be some useful evidence down here. Astaril had a sister? A twin, perhaps? That would explain much. Raz suspects these tunnels will reveal the rest.
Let's see. Looks like I'm gonna have to get my feet wet. God damn it. They fucking detected me. Who the hell are you? Why are you fucking dead now? And you're her twin sister? But you don't look evil.
Oh, perfect. My favorite people. The very faces of my failure.
Oh, I guess she is
now
evil.
You've tracked me down just to watch me die. You're just like my sister and the rest
Did the
of
guy not know she had a
Thalmor.
twin sister?
No sympathy whatsoever. Funny you should ask. I was wondering the same thing. Then I realized he lured me here so his assassins could kill me. This is my reward for my loyal service. A blade in my gut, and a nice cold tomb. Planning? Oh, he's well past that point. As we speak, his armies are storming the shore, up at Seaside Sanctuary. Once they've got a foothold there, they'll conquer all of Valenwood. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Of course not. They're just one prong of the mighty trident with which Peladil will smite the Dominion. He signed a treaty with the Malma. And with the staff of Magnus, he's going to raise an army of undead. Yes, your days are numbered, all right. Irene is a false queen. And the Aldmeri Dominion is a pathetic joke. Nothing can change that fact. Even Peladil turning on me. I'd gladly sacrifice my life to bring about the Dominion's downfall. It means my life was worth something. Having her as a twin was torture. While she climbed the ranks of the Thalmor, I was perceived as a failure. When Peladil recruited me, it was my turn to shine. I have no regrets. In the end, Asterel and I both lost our lives for the cause. It's simple enough. The Sea Elves have always coveted these shores. If they help Peladil dismantle the Dominion, he's agreed to give them Valenwood. It's not like these damn Bosma have done anything other than cause us trouble. You mean elsewhere? Far as I know, Peladil doesn't even care.
Reasonable.
He just wants the Somerset Isles. I don't even think he wants to rule them himself. As long as they're ruled by someone other than Naaman's sister. Of course. Who better to lead an undead army than an undead prince? And if Peladil brings him back, Naaman will be bound by the Vicereeve's will. No longer will Peladil need to worry about the prince making bad decisions. Ha! Peladil says he's under no illusions about that fact. But he still gets rather glossy-eyed when speaking about Naaman. I suspect he still harbors some hope that the prince will play a role in the future he has envisioned. Just leave me to die. I wouldn't accept your help, and you'd be better off not offering. It's too late.
Okay.
He can't be stopped.
Razumdar explained how we were fooled by Lauril. I wish I had time to show proper gratitude, but he also told me that an army of Mauamur, led by Vicereeve Peladil, is making landing on our shores. Is this true?
Yeah.
Damn. Honestly, I'd
That's
rather
my
hoped
reaction.
you misheard. I suppose that's rarely the case. Very well then. I will muster the city's defenses, but there is only so much we can do. I'm certainly glad you're here. You and Razumdar may be our best hope. You should get to Seaside Sanctuary as soon as possible. If we strike the Maumar hard enough there, we might be able to drive them back out to sea before they get a foothold on the shore. I'll send anyone I can spare, but the city comes first. There is an outpost at the sanctuary with a few soldiers, if it hasn't been overrun. Go through the Serpent's Grotto and look for Major Serenway. She's the commanding officer.
I will go speak to her.
The hour of our glory is
I feel
nigh.
like I know you.
Razumdar forewarned me of your coming, and I have considered our circumstances carefully in light of that. I have the utmost faith in your capabilities, and I am confident that your arrival is an augur of our victory. Indeed. We have fought alongside many of the same soldiers, and word travels quickly when it involves heroics such as those attributed to you. I have anticipated the chance to meet you in person, and I am pleased the opportunity has finally arrived.
I think she was in Cold Harbor.
This, my friend, is the calm before the storm. Our storm.
God damn, that was a lot of
The Malma believe
XP.
that holding hostages will prevent us from taking action, but we will not allow such cowardice to determine our course. We will act, and we will act decisively. We charge into their encampment, rescue the hostages, and slaughter their commanders. This full scout we captured gave us their locations. You and Razumdar shall spearhead our attack. One of you to handle the hostages, the other on the commanders. More brave soldiers arrive soon from Marbrook. We will rally them here and prepare to launch a full-scale attack. When your task is done, light the beacon in the lighthouse. That will be our signal to charge in and drive the bastards back to the sea.
Okay, well, Razum.
Time to do what we do best, yes? This should be fun. Excellent. Many opportunities for heroism, adventure, and thrilling tales after the fact. So, my friend, what will it be? Will you tend to the hostages, or take out their commanders?
You got the commanders. I'll take the hostages.
Raz does not mind getting dirty. It is safe to say blood looks good on Raz. Take Larnil's armor if you don't think you can go unnoticed. It is not fashionable, but at least you will blend in. Raz has cooked up just the thing. Visibility potions. One for each hostage. Good for frightened non-combatants. A waste for talented ones like us. Always. Raz will see you at the lighthouse when our tasks are completed. Bright moons guide your steps.
Yeah, considering I'm a vampire and everything, and I can do that right there. I was a little early on my snap. Considering I can do this and just walk past these guys here, I think that is probably best for me to be the one that gets the hostages, because I'm going to slip in there, slip out. Okay, we got the last prisoner here.
I won't kill your precious Fariel. When we take Woodhearth, I'll keep her.
What?
Who are...
Speak of her now, snake charmer. Release me, or you're next. A rescue, eh? That's all very flattering, but I'm never unprepared. Keep a dagger in my boot for just
Big
such
dagger.
an occasion. I can escape on my own just fine. Any word about Fariel? Is she okay? Fine. Are we fighting our way out? I don't have a way to disguise myself. Invisibility? Excellent. I'll make for the bridge. Drop a few of those briny barnacle lovers for me.
Razumdar's got it. Okay, Razum Dazzum. Oh.
God's mercy. What's going on? Why don't you just kill me? To let me linger like this, it's wrong. Wait, you're not one of them, are you? Where in oblivion am I? Who are you? Vice-Reeve Peladil, that monstrous bastard. He captured us in Woodhearth and brought us here for some evil ritual. He bled us, mutilated us. He ripped out our eyes. Gods, do I even look normal anymore? No, I'm not all right. I'm dying. And it's just as well. It was that bitch, Asteril's sister. She pretended to be Asteril and ordered us into the Imperial Underground. Then the veiled Heritance ambushed us. They needed sacrifices for the ritual. They were raising Prince Naaman from the dead, bringing him back and imbuing him with some terrible power. Peladil kept talking about how the prince would lead an undead army, but I don't think it worked out the way he hoped. When Naaman came back, he wasn't the same. Sounded like
We've met him
evil
before.
Spirit was speaking.
We did
through
these
him.
quests a little out of order.
He spat in Peladil's face. Then he just left. Peladil was furious. He stormed out a little later. That's all I was able to hear. No. My eyes are gone. I'm probably scarred all over my body. Please. I just want to die. All I ask, just make them pay for this.
Okay. Razumdar's already up here, dude. God, she's so far away.
Send another score and I will smite them just the same. I could cut down sea vipers all day long. Well done, my friend. We'll have the sanctuary back under control quickly now, but we can't stop here. The battle's only just begun. So I had hoped. But it seems Vice-Reeve Peladil has taken to sea even before we arrived. I suspect he may attempt to flee when he realizes his forces have lost the shore. That's why you must go after him. You
you
must
don't
ensure
sound
Paladin
very.
does not escape.
You sound very relaxed
Captain
right now.
Jimala and her crew have
Hey,
retaken
Captain
the Prowler,
Jimala.
and she says the ship's fit for action. They're ready to set sail as soon as you get on board. May the winds be at your back, my friend, and may Piladil fall quickly to your strength.
This is probably the last time we'll really get to see Captain Jimala, because the next two zones are inland. And I don't think she's gonna take the ship there, so... Yeah, this will be like one of the last times we get to talk to Captain Jimala, at least as part of the Dominion quest line.
There you are. Impressive work back there. The Marmor didn't know what hit them when our forces stormed in, and I've got my ship back. Of course, the Prowler's been sitting at dock too long. She's ready to pounce on that bastard Paladil as soon as we catch him. And catch him soon we will. You have the captain's word on. Good. The sooner we're underway, the sooner we can catch Paladil. Raise anchor.
We're going out to the fucking Abyssian Sea. We're gonna have a ship battle, dude. This is a little badass. Okay, I'm digging it.
The battle's on! Hurry! They need you topside!
Alright, let's fucking go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god. What the fuck is that thing doing there?
They summoned a god's damn sea serpent!
I'm playing fucking Sea of Thieves right now. Can I do this thing? Oh, damn it.
Burn that beast down before it sinks us.
Pick me to the ballista!
It did not like that.
Hell
More
yeah.
incoming. Watch out. Man the fire launchers. Destroy that damnable snake.
Where is it? This is badass, dude. Alright, well their guy's dead. Uh-oh. Is that good or bad? Oh, it's really bad.
Mages, capture those portals. We'll use them to launch an attack.
And let's go back through their portals. Alright. Peladil. Time to meet your end. There he is.
true king is risen. Even if I fall, Naaman will be my vengeance.
I've got your ass. It's been a long time coming.
Nothing you can do will stop him.
Okay. I'm about ready to go back now.
You made it. I was beginning to have my doubts, but I trust that the Viceroy will no longer be a threat. Then this is cause for celebration. Let us return to the shore and share the good news with Major Sirenwe. Are you ready to return?
Yes.
By Joan and Jode, I wasn't sure we make it out of that one, but you never cease to impress. Things are always exciting when you're around, it seems. No, I will stay aboard the Prowler. I miss her greatly when we are apart, so I will celebrate our victory here on deck with my crew and several bottles of moon sugar double rum. You go on. Savor this victory. You certainly earned it.
Gladly. Major Sirenwe.
The tales of today's battle will undoubtedly be told for generations. When soldiers of the Aldmeri Dominion face impossible odds, they will not retreat. They will say, "Remember the Battle of Seaside Sanctuary," and they will press on to victory. Let us hope. If they do rear their ugly heads again, we will smite them once more. There remains one very serious concern, however. The soldiers we captured say the Viceroy conducted a ritual to raise Prince Naaman from the dead. We have conflicting reports on that concern, but Razumdar is investigating. Regardless, your first priority is to inform the Queen of our victory and this unfortunate news about her brother. Give her this letter. It contains all the details.
Okay. I will travel back to Marbrook, where this all began.
I hear you've been busy, my friend. Good. Very good. Is that letter for me?
Indeed.
I see. So the rumors were true. Paladil. It is good that you brought him to his end, but I hope you aren't too weary, my eye. Paladil may be gone, but his actions are being felt across Valenwood. We have much left to do.
Not that much, actually. Considering that I've done most of it. Alright. Now we just gotta go to Hektahame, which is like up around here.
Auriel, grant me strength. I hope you're the one Indenia spoke of.
Probably.
Thank the Eight. The army here is greater than we anticipated. Damn these gates. Damn the corruption. I should be in there, not Indenia. You said you'll be able to pass through. Help him. Stop Naaman. He wasn't wrong. The veiled Heritance subjected my brother's body to an unnatural resurrection as a lich.
Ooh.
He has the Staff of Magnus and is using it to suppress Hectorhaim's necromantic wards and raise an undead army. Very. According to Indaner, Hectorhaim guards the heart of Valenwood. He believes Naaman is corrupting it, and this corruption turns any soldiers we send forth feral. Indaner knows more. He waits for you at the gate. Indaner believes he can enter unharmed, and you as well. I pray he's right.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
I'm relieved you're here, my friend. As dark as my fears may have been, they pale in comparison to the reality. If the shade of Naaman corrupts the heart of Valenwood, then the realm he calls the Shadowwood will soon consume this one. It won't be easy. The enchantments that once kept evil out are now corrupted. It's something similar to the blight we saw in Verant Morass, but much stronger. Every soldier who's entered has turned feral. Even you and I would not be immune. It's risky, but to defeat the darkness, we may have to embrace it first. The green is corrupted, and I think I can use my connection with it to thrust us into the realm of the Shadowwood. In that realm, I suspect we can get past the Blight.
Let's fucking do it, buddy.
Let's hope this works.
Here we are.
There, all right. We're in Shadowwood again, as foul as it ever was. We should be able to bypass the Blight, though, and all the feral guardians that would block our way. Once we get in there, we need to head for the grotto. That's where the heart is. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? If we go feral, that's that. If not, I still suspect we'll encounter some resistance. Shadowwood hasn't lacked for corrupted spirits elsewhere, and I can't imagine it will here either.
Let's do it. Yeah, there were a lot of people out there, a lot of undead people on that bridge there. Oh no.
I knew we couldn't be that lucky. The shade has blocked the way. Let's see. These pedestals look as if they're still active. Yes, I know what to do. This is the entrance to the Valen Heart. It seems the Shade of Naaman has
I'm gonna have to collect 3 things.
His work is not disturbed.
God damn it.
This is an ancient Ailiad barrier. We'll need to activate the pedestals to pass. We'll need to get the keystones. Welkin stones, I imagine.
Cool.
And the Shade has likely scattered them throughout the branches of Hectorhead.
Why doesn't he just destroy
There is
them?
more
Why does
too.
he need to destroy
I will need to
them?
study these pedestals to decipher the way of unsealing the door.
Alright, well, I'll go get the fucking
Whatever we
keystones
can do
then.
to speed this up. In fact,
That's
as soon
what
as you
I'm
find
saying.
each keystone, bring it here before searching for the others. That will help me puzzle this out more quickly.
Okay. I've got the last keystone here. That was just as tedious as you'd expect it to be. But thank God I'm a vampire.
Good. This should work. Hurry, we have to save the heart.
Let's fucking do it. You're the one that's dilly-dallying. Naaman, I really liked you. I want you to know that. You didn't deserve this.
I read we'll get what's coming to her soon.
Fuck. No, kill the lurkers, kill the lurkers.
Why won't you just die?
And the Staff of Magnus is mine.
Incredible. I've never seen such terrible power. But you didn't flinch. The Shade is gone. But his corruption is not. Look at the heart. It's overflowing with corruption, spreading the darkness all over Valenwood. I don't know, but I have to try something. As I suggested before, perhaps the only way to defeat the darkness is to embrace it. I think I might be able to draw the corruption out of the heart and into myself. It'll be the end of me, I suppose. But the loss of one life to save the Valenwood. There's no choice in that.
Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Because I wasn't about to fucking sacrifice myself.
Ifre, guide me. I hope this works. It's working. Just a little more.
What happened to you?
You know. You know.
Indenir is dead? He is playing one of his Bosmer tricks. It must be. is dead. Dark moons. Curse you, Indenir, for being mortal. And curse us for being so slow to arrive after we saw the corruption recede. Just like a Bosmer. It is not enough for him to save us all. He must mock us with the nobility of his sacrifice. We will feel this loss more deeply than most. But it looks like the dead prince is dead once again. Indeed, Queen Irene should be informed. She entrusted you with this mission, so it would be best if you told. Wait, did you feel that?
What?
Indenir!
Oh my god, is he alive?
Steps back, Bane.
Did they bait and switch a sacrifice on us? That'd be really funny. I think they did.
The Valen heart. It saved Indenir.
It's pretty cool.
Saved him? Cariel?
The Valenwood brought him back. It's Ifre's will.
What happened?
Indenir, Ifre has chosen you. You're the Sylvanar.
Oh shit. That's pretty badass.
Could it be true? Me? The Sylvanar? I fell down. Down into death. And the Green reached out and
I'm
picked
so
me
glad
up
they
and set
debated
me
us.
on my
This is
feet.
so much more
And I was
interesting.
here again, alive. Incredible. Indescribable. Transformed. I have seen my making and my unmaking, and I am awestruck. I never imagined when the last Sylvanar died that I would be chosen. But if the people wish it of me, I will accept this role.
I'm going to go let Raz know. I'm sure he's pushed into the grotto by now with the Bindusks.
Okay. I will go inform Queen Irene.
Is it true? What Cariel speaks? Indenir resurrected?
Yeah.
Raz has had his eyes on other things, or he would not have missed it. And Naaman. Raz assumes he's dead. Again.
Yes, once again.
Queen Irene has already decided to blame Peladil and the Heritance for this treachery. But Raz knows she loved her brother in her own high elf noble, emotionally stunted way. Tell her, but gently.
Okay. Can I talk to you, dude? Is King Cameron here? We should have the whole fucking dynasty. Wait, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Quite an amazing scene to witness. How did this one miss it? Talking to torchbugs, healing the forest, seeing invisible spriggans. I thought he was just another mad Bosmer. Turns out, I was the mad one, and Indenir was the Sylvanar all along. Besides a timely resurrection, a wedding, of course. He will be joined to the Green Lady, and together...
Is there a new Green Lady, or is it the same Green Lady as before?
Leaders of the Dominion, with Queen Irene and myself.
My soldiers stir from their feral state. I can only assume the corruption has receded and Naaman is again put to rest. It is well. The funeral rites and honors may proceed as originally planned. My brother was a pawn of the veiled Heritance, you understand? The mistreatment of his royal body only makes their treason the worse. Now, what of the staff of Magnus?
I guess I'll hand it over.
I will see to its safeguarding personally. The Sylvanar. By the Eight. Main Akuzri, is this true? If so, that changes a great deal.
His spirit was gone from the mortal world. The Valenwood restored him.
Indenir?
The Main speaks the truth, Queen Irene.
Cariel herself said Ifre chose him. This one agrees.
Then rise, Indenir. It is I who have the honor of bowing to you.
Queen Irene, please,
People of the Aldmeri Dominion, I present to you your new Sylvanar.
Aww.
We won a necessary victory for the Dominion today, and we have you to thank. I'll see to the staff of Magnus's safety myself. As for you, the Bosmer have their Sylvanar. With both the Sylvanar and the Green Lady, it's time the two became one. Go to Velen Harbor in Malabal Tor, and we will make preparations. The Green Lady is in Malabal Tor, but rumors of attacks from Redguards have reached us. It's imperative that the Green Lady be kept safe, so that she and the Sylvanar may be joined.
I'm so close to 100. Okay.
Velen Harbor, along the Broken Coast. It's a quiet little town, the perfect place for a wedding. Head there and inform the locals of the impending nuptials. I'll be along soon to bring the Green Lady her Sylvanar.
Alright, I will be there as soon as possible, and in the meantime, thank you guys for tuning into Greenshade. I'll see you in the next one.